Psalm 90. Our dwelling place, Lord, you have been throughout all generations. Before the high slopes and the tall, lonely peaks of the mountains were formed at your word, or the birth of the earth and the world occurred at your bidding, you, worthy of unending praise, are God for eternity, now and always. When the span of his lifetime has come to an end, and the moment at which he is doomed to descend to the dark, silent depths of the grave, where, deprived of life, he must now make his home, has arrived, you turn man into dust. To the sorrow and woe of all people, you tell them, "Return to dust, O sons of men." For 1,000 years are, in your sight, as swift and as brief as a watch in the night. This immense length of time comes and goes quite as fast in your eyes as a day that has only just passed. In the turbulent flood of your anger you sweep men away, short and fleeting as one night of sleep. Their days on the earth, whether many or few, rush by. Every person resembles the new fresh grass of the morning. It springs up and thrives when the day is still young, but when evening arrives and the gloom of dusk starts to creep over the sky as the sun quickly sets, it is withered and dry. For, like flames that devour, bush by bush, tree by tree, a whole forest, your anger consumes us, and we, who in weakness and folly so easily veer from your trustworthy pathways, are stricken with fear by your terrible fury. Before you, that they might be seen and examined, as though on display, you have set our iniquities, every last sin and transgression that we, walking willfully in rebellion and pride, have not only embraced, but have also worked hard to conceal, you have placed in the clear, dazzling light of your countenance. For all our days, one by one, in the shadow of your inescapable anger, pass rapidly by. We finish our years like a sorrowful sigh or a mournful moan. 70 years is the length of our days, and if someone, by means of his strength, should reach 80, yet all of the proudest and best of those years consist solely of toil without rest, mixed with misery, trouble, and emptiness. For all too quickly they pass beyond reach, never more to return, and, like migrating birds, we take flight and soar swiftly away till we vanish from sight. Who knows the alarming and perilous might of your wrath? For your fierce, deadly fury is quite as extensive and vast as the fear that to you, who have fashioned all things and each creature, is due. By your measureless knowledge and boundless insight, teach us, therefore, to number our days, that we might gain a heart full of wisdom, a treasure whose worth far exceeds that of all of the wealth of the earth. Turn away from your hot, searing anger, which day after day burns against us. How long, O Yahweh, will the ravenous flames of your fury devour us mercilessly? On your servants, who hour by hour obey you and follow your ways, have compassion, that we till the end of our days may rejoice and be glad. Satisfy us with your loving kindness throughout the cool hours before morning comes to a close. Make us joyful and glad in accordance with how many days we have had to suffer affliction, and how many years you have forced our eyes, weary and red from the tears they have bitterly shed both by night and by day, to see trouble and evil unceasingly. May the abundant deeds you have performed by your might to your servants appear. May your majesty, bright and undying, the glory of which you alone are worthy, to each of their children be shown. May our God, the great Lord, whose fair visage our weak and downtrodden spirits expectantly seek, cause his favor upon us to rest, to ensure that the work of our hands will forever endure. Establish it firmly. Establish for us what our hard-working hands have accomplished, that thus throughout all generations, though often in vain it may seem, all the work we have done might remain.